people brags on it, what I do. But if it didn't brag on it, I wouldn't do it. It's not the money in it, it's just what I love to do.
Ready to go in?
You were so good to do this.
Now you can paint anything you want on the inside.
Bless you, Clay.
See, we're going to have to do all of this, and then we're going to stop for a while, and then we have to come back and do the pictures on it. You can't do the pictures on it.
Aaron, that's nice, honey.
All right, I am through. I paint every day, 12, 1 o'clock at night, sometime all night. All right, we're gonna put some grace on this, which is green.
Where do you get your ideas?
On my head. Everything comes out of my head. Because sometimes I look at something sometime and I come home and draw it. I don't have to have a picture to draw by. I just look at things and then I draw them. It kind of looks like it's not perfect, the whole thing, but it looks like it. And the people loves it too. And that's the main thing about doing anything is for if people love what you're doing and brag on what you're doing, to make you do better. I love animals, horses and dogs and stuff. I love them. And that's what I do all the time. I do the animals. Oh, I see it on TV all the time. You know, the dinosaurs don't exist no more. And I figured that it was something that I could draw that really fit in what I'm doing. I went to a one-room schoolhouse. That's the only school I ever been to, called Yellowhammer School. And I went to that school, and I draw a lot of schoolhouses from that, draw a lot of churches. So that's what got me drawing that. I was coming from Alabama one Monday, and I come up 77. And you ought to come up there in October 77, the trees is that color. All the way down through there. I shot some pictures of them, and they that color. Yeah, I never seen a ladybug in my life. A lady come here, and they sent me a paper here somewhere with ladybugs on it. Then I started doing them. That's what, they sent them here to me. And I started doing ladybugs, but the best seller I got. I had to put on everything now. Yeah, I didn't know. I just started painting too in the 80s. Well, I might have to go to water paint, but this enamel paint, you can paint so much better with it. Then it sells better. Everybody at the show wants to know where I got this paint at. The other artists, okay, we're gonna put the. Now what I do a bunch of it one time. What we do, we put the boards down. We do 4 at a time. We don't have to change the brush when we do it. We do it cow white, the other cow white, and then come back. We can do.
It's more efficient.
Oh yeah, well you can do it fast and do it a bunch of them at one time. You don't stir this. You put it in there and bring it out, because it'll mix the paint if you stir it. You just bring it in, and a lot of train artists don't do this. They mix their paint up on a board, but see, I mix it on the wood. Get any color you want on that sky with mixing it, but you're not supposed to stir it. You put it in here, bring it out, and do it. You go back to the white, the same thing with the white. You go in it, you don't stir you. If you stir this to paint up, then you paint a change of colors, but it won't change colors when you just pull it in and out. You do it like this, pull it in and out. A lot of them don't know that, but that's where I teach the children in class to pull it in here and pull it out. If you stir it, you mix your paint. In here, get any color you want. Just put it in there. Do that. See, people can tell who you are. When you look at this art, they tell who you are. That's in California, New York, all over the world. They tell who you are by looking at your work. So you take the paper like this. Now I learned this in Atlanta 2 years ago. The teacher didn't give the kids no water. Just give them paper. See, that brush is clean. They won't buy it unless there's dots on it.
How'd you get started with the dots?
Do what?
How'd you get started with the
That's
dots?
all I used to do is dot. I didn't do no drawing. I just did the dots, and then I started drawing. 2 or 3 years later, I drew. One thing about this paint, see, you can take a before it dries, you can erase it. But water paint, you can't do that away. You can just take it right back off. They're good. They're real good, they sellers. You know, when I started painting these cows, I was selling pictures for $35 a piece. The man come and bought a bunch of them, then had me at the show. He sold every one of them for $100 a piece. I was born in Robson County. My mother, daddy was 10 children, and I was the baby boy. And I worked to a farm, and we sharecropped. And I grew up working around people's yard, and first thing you know, for 50 cents a day, back in the 30s. Sometimes I'd work for jelly biscuit, you know. So I grew up in a farm, which I loved what I was doing. I never did have any problem with nobody. All my life, we was very independent. We nobody give us anything. Out of the 10 children my dad and mother raised, they didn't give us anything. So what happened, I stayed with them till I was 18 years old. Then I went to Norfolk Navy Yard and stayed in the shipyard for 2 years. And when Roosevelt died, then after he died, they cleared the wall on the jet. And I came home and I started working. The first place I worked at Dr. Griffin down in Ashford. This is where I worked on the farm out there with him. And then after President Truman took over, then I went to Mount Airy and worked in a mill in Mount Airy. The man who owned the mill was from my home, so I worked up there. And then I went back home, stayed on the backer market, worked in the backer market. And Joe Pell, in '49, he brought me to Pilot Mountain. So I worked in theaters up there for him, had some theaters. I worked up there. And I got married up there and raised 6 children. We put them through high school, all 6 of them. They're great boys, and after they got out of school, I never had to give them that. So then I stayed in Pilot Mountain till 1977. Then I came to Winston, and I met Miss DeWitt Hames. And she was the greatest woman I ever met. She's the one that started me doing this. This is Hilton, all this is Hilton. You get a close shot of it, you know what that says there? I own everything in Winston-Salem. That's what he got on here. So these are other artists. Toby Brown, this is Robert, he's Spoon Man, when did this play. The master bedroom in here. I won't show that too much. We have people all over the world want to buy that piece. They're trying to buy it from me now, you know. In this room here is the guest bedroom. You know. This is, and it turns. He made that. This is the first coat I painted right here. I just lay him on the bed for you to see, won't you? That's the first one. I've been off for $1,000 for that. And I'm gonna let someone else say it down. This is when I just wore the other day. I might have a church on one of these. Yeah, here it is. That's the church right there. That's the church.
You just put it right on top of that one.
That's the church right there. I got so many of them, I don't know which one to work. This is brand new. I ain't never wore this. This was given to me. It was white. I did all this one time, every bit of it. What it is, we function on one thing, but what we got to do, and I think we as white and black people should love everybody. You have to do what's right, and I believe in doing what's right. I don't want to do anything wrong.